What it is, yo. No,
1080p.
How does it?
With her,
come on.
With her expensive shades on. We on the way to the greatest event on the face of this planet. My niece Amaya up in this joint. All the way from Maryland. Maryland.
Bang Bang has made it, y'all. He on time.
I'm on time.
So this is what Dame calls a sad story. Would you tell the sad story, please?
Long.
Well, you heard it here first from the once man himself. The line is too long. Let me show you something. See all that? That's where we was. We was right there, and look at all these people. They still ain't in yet. See all them people? So no, we are not at our seats yet. I wish we were in there right now. Look at all the people inside.
Getting food and
They all inside, y'all, but we stuck outside.
getting ready to get the feels.
All right, y'all, we finally inside. We had to fight and hustle our way in. 1080p had to knock some people over. So yeah, we in here now. You ready?
Oh yeah.
Say what's up. Dame, say what up. So how you feeling?
We in this. We in this dark. We in this ditch. I'm trying to work on cussing. We in here.
We in here, y'all. Yeah.
I thought we were gonna be way up there.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Right here, y'all. How you feeling?
That's how I'm feeling.
That's how you feel? How you feeling?
Gio is killing it.
Huh?
Gio ain't playing.
Gio came
She's
with
like,
no
I
principle.
don't care how many times you try to turn that track up, I'm gonna sing louder than that shit. Every time.
I know.
Twice concert, man. I could talk about this probably for the rest of the year.
Things like that.
Yeah, man. Just been thinking about the concert a lot. I was looking at some clips from the New York concert. Dion was sick in New York.
Wow.
Started crying.
Oh man.
But it was kind of like the whole Taman thing. Like if she wouldn't have said it, nobody would have knew.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a amazing show.
had time to reflect on it, and felt like I had projected to myself on stage to see it up close and personal. What I wouldn't have given to just take somebody's light stick because I wasn't able to purchase one because they were all sold out.
Robbery.
Yeah. But yeah, man, it was a great experience, and one I'll probably never forget. It was hands down the best.
Why wouldn't you forget it?
Because it was an amazing show. So prior to this, I'd say the best concert I probably had ever been to and actually seen in person was, don't kill me in the comments, R. Kelly's concert when we went. How long ago was that?
They about to kill you.
Like 15 years ago? It might. Yeah, like it was like 15 years ago. We saw R. Kelly and he did 3 hours. He did a 3-hour show. He broke it up into 3 sections. Show was incredible. Dude could put on a show. That was before all the craziness, all right? And
sure
Probably during.
yeah, we didn't know.
Probably peak season.
Oh my! Oh
Yeah.
my Lord.
We didn't know.
It's probably the best. That's the highlight.
Oh my God! Back
They
to
was
twice.
in the ATL basement.
Back to twice. Back to twice. Back to twice. Focus.
But after that, though, the Blackpink concert was good. The Super M concert was better. The AT's concert was incredible. I don't even know where to put that. I definitely hang that a little bit ahead of the Super M concert. Obviously, there's some other concerts I've been to that were really dope, but the Twice concert, I feel like Christian was right. He said it exceeded. It gave him everything he wanted and more. But we got Last Waltz, and apparently we was the only place that got Last Waltz. As of the time where we're recording this,
Special.
we're the only people that got the Last Waltz. So y'all can eat y'all heart out if y'all wasn't at ATL on February 24th,
It was beautiful.
2022.
It was great.
Yeah, it was amazing.
But I gotta let you guys get in here because if not, then I'll probably just keep talking.
I mean, listen. I came there knowing that it was going to be an amazing show already. It's Twice. I've heard about everything. We've seen a lot of things, but we heard that they put on really good shows. But seeing it is a whole nother thing, and I just walked out with an immense amount of respect for the ladies.
Yeah.
Just the amount. I can't. I'll never know what it is to be like a performer, an artist, or anything like that. But to go out there and put on a nonstop show like that for 3 hours.
And like you said, they had the shortest.
They had the
breaks.
shortest breaks.
Oh yeah, they got into it.
They had the shortest changes, and they came out like, "Y'all ready?" Like, I'm used to sitting for at least, a good 5 minutes. No, it was like 60 seconds.
Your
Yeah.
feet ain't get a chance to rest.
Oh yeah,
Not
my
at
feet
all.
were tired. so tired.
My toes were.
Yeah, kind of locked.
So I mean that, and that's just my overall like immediate feelings. But like during the whole experience, I was chatting in Discord while the show. I'm like, yo, this is crazy, y'all. Like this, I was not expecting all this. Like the energy, everything, man. And shout out to the fans too, because the fans really made the night really, really great.
Yeah.
Doing all the and
They were doing that in New York.
that's
too.
what's up, man. And then, just to the fan that was sitting behind me, I hope you had the night of your life because my ears did.
I hope Che Young heard you. I hope Che Young heard you.
My right ear was ringing that whole night, okay?
I think she personally was like this in our ears.
It seems like when I tried to get hype, they got hyper. You know what I'm saying? And then special shout out to the guys across the aisle to my
yeah.
left.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
swagged out, man.
Y'all been knowing, I've been wanting to see what it's like to have because no respect, no disrespect to the ladies, but I don't never see male fans a lot.
Didn't
at the
Dion
K-pop.
say something about that?
I don't know. Did she?
One
she
of the members said something about, wow, we can hear guys.
And I love that. Like, there was no shame in that building.
Because we were the only dudes at the Super M concert.
It felt like it.
I mean,
it felt like
if you look hard enough.
There were some guys that get dragged out by their girlfriends, but they ain't want to be there. We were like the only dudes that actively pursued the Super M.
I think I was the only one singing along with Baekhyun, only guy, because I was singing my ass off.
Yeah, okay.
But the fans really made the night, and just Twice, man, they really put on the show. Like, we know this because we've been checking out, but just seeing it firsthand, it was simply amazing.
Yeah, I will have to say my biggest concert had to be the Outlast. I think ATL, Outkast's last concert in Atlanta.
Okay.
Amazing. It was me, you, your cousin, your mama too. It was an amazing experience. The energy was
part of it because it was their last concert?
Yes. It was all that and more. We didn't think it was going to happen. The tickets sold out within minutes. And I feel like we kind of got that same experience with the Twice concert. That sold out in minutes as well. Atlanta came out of all ages, all groups. It was such an amazing thing. And even when we were walking up to the venue, you just saw masses of people. I was on the train even seeing people.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. So I was kind of following them because I didn't know where to go.
Oh, wow.
So
that's crazy.
It was electric. And then just, getting inside the venue and experiencing all that was so cool. We consume a lot of Twice concert because of Dame. Shout out, but just kind of seeing them work, you just see the professionalism was so on point. Kind of how they got into their their groups, their as far as like subgroups as well. When they broke into their subgroups, I thought that was amazing. Their routines kind of even went to the point where they stepped into their choreography. I thought it was so cool. So all aspects of it was great. The fans were great. We showed up for them as well. I just had a blast, man. Dope experience. Probably one of my top concerts.
And I didn't even know the backstory of the concert. So apparently the concert was in Houston, right?
Yeah.
And the planes got delayed in Houston, so they had to drive 4 hours from Houston to another part of Texas to catch planes to Atlanta. So they were late. So everything dragged behind.
Oh, so they were late.
Yeah,
they were late getting to because the planes. Something happened with the planes. They got messed up. So they got to Georgia, and I think everything ran late. So the sound check, and apparently before they went on, somebody said something about them needing a nap.
Oh, for real?
So because they were just so exhausted.
Damn.
So because 1080p while the concert was happening, 1080p's like when it first started, she's like, "Yo, Nyan looks tired, like tired." But in her face. But as the concert went on, Nyan turned it up, and Sana got tired.
That adrenaline.
Like towards the end, like I'm not saying like towards the end. Like I'm talking about like when they really about to leave for real. For real. Sana was just like, "Ooh, can we all finish talking?" Because Dion had something to say.
Dion was out here.
Yeah.
And Dion was showing out too, because I'm telling you, when they did like Feel Special, you know how everybody talk about the Dion drop. She dropped it low for Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? She went a little bit lower for Atlanta, and she was hilarious.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
She is clever.
She spoke to everybody in English. You saw her full personality on display.
Yeah,
straight up goofball, hilarious.
Yeah,
that was definitely fun to see. I didn't know Atlanta had that much of a thing for Chae Young. Like, that was news for me. Because when she came out, how loud it was, I was just like, whoa.
It was a roar, okay? Especially from the guys to my left. Somebody over there loved Chae. He screamed out so loud.
He wanted it known.
He wanted it known. And the whole crowd heard it too. Like, he chose the right time to scream.
Oh, yeah, we all looked back.
Everybody looked back at him. He was like, I love you, Chae!
Did he have a sign?
No, he had himself.
No, they had the squad. That's all it was. It was just a squad.
And then, I think we mentioned it in the other video, but the loudest chant definitely went to Jungyoung.
Yes.
Everybody was super excited to see her.
Oh, yeah.
Because remember, they were chanting her name, and she's just like, what?
What?
Like, what? What's going on? Why y'all chanting my name?
It was love, man. Yeah. All love.
It was definitely love. Gio was out here. Like, so the way I spoke about The way I spoke about Jungho at the AT's concert is the way Gio was acting at the Twice concert.
Listen,
Yeah.
she made it known that, yo, I'm here, y'all. What's up? Like
She
the
ain't-
whole
I don't
night.
think she needed that nap before the show.
She was ready.
She came out with a camera. She was filming. She's like, yo, I'm about to remember this forever.
It was great, man.
And she was skipping up and down stage. She was always the last one back to the stage.
yeah.
Always having a good time, man. Yo, somebody needs to put me on Mina and Momo's fitness plans.
They got abs, yo.
Yo, yeah,
Oh,
Mina's
the
abs
abs,
was
son.
on point.
Abs, yo.
I'm talking about. I was just like, yo, what was y'all doing when y'all were preparing since the Soul Show on Christmas Day to now? Like, what were y'all doing? Apparently, somebody was in the gym.
Yeah, most def.
You know what I'm saying? Chewy came off a little shy initially, but you know that's if you watch Chewy, you know that's kind of how Chewy is. Just know that when it was time to perform, though, she ain't hold no punches, man.
off.
When they got to that 1-3-2, Chewy
off.
wasn't playing around at all. Took no prisoners whatsoever. You know, 1080p's like Sana does look expensive. I see why you say that. She looks like that all the time. You know what I'm saying? It like, look, man, it was just a super,
And it was great seeing your reactions too. I just got to point that out.
yeah.
You see, I was seeing 1080p just
Smile,
gradually,
grin.
because at first it was just like, okay, all right. And then when the first song started, okay, this is cool. I swear by the end, you was in it.
It's a different
She
experience.
was in it, yo.
호응하는 게 너무너무 저는 여러분께 감사할 따름입니다.
It's probably really hard to memorize all the Korean lines, but I think it's amazing that you guys can all sing along to our songs, and I'm just so thankful that you're here with us.
She couldn't cheer, she couldn't scream anymore, so she started doing the ooh.
Yeah.
It had me rolling.
Bebe actually had to he had to take the earplugs off to actually.
Well, my earplugs stopped working.
Oh,
so that was not on purpose.
So, how did it feel like when you heard how loud it was then? Because I mean, even they mentioned like, because I don't know if it was Che or if it was Gio or Nine, but somebody was just like, y'all are loud.
It was loud,
was
especially
loud.
girl behind us. But it just felt good. It felt natural, to be honest.
yeah.
I don't think I was been around so many people in so long either. So that was a new
yeah,
experience
yeah.
for me as well. And I just felt it just felt good, man. It felt good. The music was good. I knew all the songs as well. So it was really dope to vibe out. Everybody was smiling. I don't know. I was just kind of into it. I was kind of in the zone. Ace was super in the zone as well.
Oh yeah.
Listen, I was just in that vibe, like you said. Like it was just
Electric.
infectious, like for
Yeah.
real. Like everything was just good. Like, you know, it didn't feel like, you know, it was any stress in the building. Everybody was just happy, you know? So it was just a really, really good feeling. And I was just like immense with joy just, you know, seeing them on stage because it's like, one, I know they ain't toured in what? How many years has it been?
What?
2, 3.
Yeah,
So
I think
it's
they
just
said
like I had the same feeling with ATs as well. It's just like, man, I know
They're
that
happy.
they're happy, you know.
Yeah.
And now knowing that, you know, they're tired and stuff, I'm just like, man, the willpower to even just go out there with everything that's going on, my hat's off to them ladies
But-
because whew,
For them, I think this was their first time in Atlanta.
Yeah, yeah, it was.
But like the energy was not only because we were kind of close, but if you looked up in the stands,
oh,
Yeah.
that third row, that
Man.
third, yeah.
the whole stadium was rocking.
Yeah.
And it's like you can just see people just happy, not only just to experience Twice in Atlanta for the first time.
I think that's why they pointed that out because there was a section that was like, yo, we see y'all up there.
Yeah, y'all
And I
wow.
thought that was dope how they paid attention because just like, yo, y'all was up there for real. Like,
And Danyang was doing the thing where she would point to her side.
yeah,
Yo.
yeah.
And she pointed up top. I was just like, yo, I feel like the top of the venue is about to crumble.
Her the way she commands the stage,
Yeah.
her humor, her wittiness, man. I'm an even bigger fan now because that when she was moving with the stage, doing all this other cool stuff,
She was really feeding into it.
Yeah.
you could appreciate that, man.
Yeah, and somebody in the comments when we were live, I kind of looked through the comments afterwards. Somebody was like, "Yo, what's the difference between like a K-pop concert and like a concert
Good
that you
question.
go to, like an R&B or hip hop concert?
I feel
And
like
what
we
I
talked
came-
about that before.
We have,
Yeah.
but the one thing I'll go ahead and point out, like, there's certain situations that don't necessarily match up with what I'm about to say. But let's say it's the same type of venue that Twice performed in, the State Farm Arena, and we're going to see whoever it is. Usually when you go to hip hop and R&B concerts, people don't necessarily stand up the whole time.
No,
Like you stand
That's
up when
so
they come
true.
out.
no.
You stand up when they come out. You spaz out for the first song or two, and then you sit your butt down.
Everybody sits down.
Yeah.
Everybody sits down until maybe your joint comes on, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then you kind of ride it out the concert. Usually the concert is straight through.
Yep.
It's like usually no intermissions or anything like
Yeah,
that.
nothing. No
But
encores.
I feel like we need those intermissions at a K-pop concert more than the group does.
Yeah.
They just changing clothes.
Yeah.
I need to get my feet a rest.
Yeah.
we change the socks.
But and the other thing about like, you know, hip hop and R&B concerts, sometimes like depending on the area, some people are just too cool to act like they want to enjoy themselves.
That's the thing, man. That's it.
And that's kind of like why I was so hyped. Every concert I'm so hyped is because y'all, everybody's hyped. You know, it's just like everybody want to have fun. But I agree with that. When you're at a hip hop concert, everybody's just like, yeah, you know.
I'm too cool to.
Yeah,
I'm not
man.
about.
Yeah.
I'm too cool for you to see me enjoying myself.
Yeah. Right.
You know.
I may two-step, but that's about it.
Exactly.
That's it. That's top. That's it. You know.
Exactly. That's all you're gonna get. You're gonna get two-step, couple people singing and rapping along. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe a special guest.
Yeah, you can jump up for the special guest, but you're gonna sit down halfway through the special guest part because.
I'm just here with my girl. I'm gonna let her do all that. You know.
But during the K-pop concert, it's like, yo, you stand up when they come out, and you don't really feel like sitting down unless they're talking. Like they kind of talk, and then you kind of sit down and get a little bit of a rest or intermission. But the energy is different. Like, you know, K-pop concerts are a lot more like by nature inclusive with the fandoms, right? Because like you
Yeah, that's
see
another
all
level, too.
types of people at these concerts. You know what I mean? So it's super inclusive. There's some hip hop people that you could put in the same boat, like maybe like Toby Lou and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's definitely
But-
people like that.
Oh yeah, facts.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like overall exclusive, like basically like when you looked around at the Twice concert, like you see everybody. You know, you see
Everybody.
people from the LGBT community. You know what I'm saying? Like you see everything.
Yeah.
And it's like you don't necessarily get that at all hip hop and R&B concerts. Maybe at a Doja Cat concert. Maybe at a Nicki Minaj
Barely.
concert.
Not even.
That's
Yeah.
actually one concert
You
I
get a
want
lot
to
of
go
Timberland
to.
boots. Talking about Nicki Minaj?
No, Doja Cat.
Oh yeah.
I'd like to see Nicki too, but
Yeah. Sure.
But just the K-pop concerts are just different. The energy's different. The amount of people that really want to enjoy themselves is different. It's just really a different vibe.
Yeah.
It's like, and you know, like the AT's intermissions were long.
Oh,
Like I feel like they were like 10 minutes. There were a couple times where I'm just like, I mean, damn.
They wasn't that.
Y'all order takeout?
No, they were. They
wasn't
were
that long, you
Bro,
know?
I could have went and got in line and got food and got back in time. You would have did that at the Twice concert. You would have been like, they back? I just got to the line.
Yeah.
Like how quickly it was moving. So
Right.
And I feel like the objective isn't always to entertain when it comes to like hip hop concerts. You know, like, you know, we got the dancing, the singing, like the vibes. Like, you know, you gotta think even the Twice concert, the intermissions were pretty cool, especially the last one when they're kind of going and doing like fan cams.
Yeah.
You know, and they're doing the rules, and the intermissions had like pre-recorded videos and things of that nature. You don't get those type of shows now, and I don't know if it's just our type of music. Even with R&B songs,
I think the
You
fan.
know, Beyonce does that stuff, right?
Yeah.
But
That's
she's
Beyonce,
different.
but that's a whole
Yeah,
different
she's
level.
different.
Yeah, because Beyonce, everybody was standing up for that when I went to that. But I'm glad you mentioned the fan cams because I thought that was really, really special. Now, I mean, it's
I was
not.
I was really hoping one of us got on a fan cam.
I was scared. Look, I don't. That's too much energy. I'm already.
I didn't want to go on the fan cam
Yo,
because
you
that
would have
was.
guessed. You would have been on fan
behind
cam.
us
People would
would've
have been
been
like, "Oh snap, baby's
I would
here!"
have ran.
I'm just saying the person behind us would have screamed even louder.
Exactly.
Okay, I ain't need that. All right, but I thought that was really, really cool because, like, you know, you see that a lot at like sporting events and stuff.
Right.
I don't think I've seen that at a concert like in that fashion before.
Not at all.
You know, so I thought that was really, really cool. The fans loved it. And yeah, everybody was getting caught in 4K. Like, for real. That one dude, he didn't know what to do when he got on the screen. He was just like, what am I supposed to do?
There were a couple people that as soon as they saw they was up there, they just went in.
Oh, they said,
Yeah,
oh,
do the choreography too.
these
Yeah.
my 15 seconds. Let's go. So yeah, that was really, really cool.
What was your favorite song to see perform?
Ooh, man. Okay, Last Waltz, of course. All right,
Yeah, Last Waltz is
just finishing that was just a banger. Just because that's my song. But freaking Hello, More and More was
and More.
amazing.
Was
Like-
it me or did it just seem like Atlanta went crazy when they did Hello?
Oh,
Yeah.
Like
Oh.
when as soon as they came out, Atlanta felt like this is they type of vibe.
when I was like 1080p, I was just like, yo, you know what's about to happen.
Yeah.
I was just like, you know what's about to happen.
Turn up. You know we about to turn up, right? You know we about to turn up. We about to turn up. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Hey. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Woo. 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 Yeah. Hey. 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 Yo.
It was hype.
I was sad too because I was like, oh, they ain't about to do a unit
But
song.
also, I will have to say, and then y'all go slap me for this. I Can't Stop Me was different live.
Oh.
That hit different. Like, yo, everybody was just in tune, in sync, and it was crazy how they performed it. It was amazing.
The crowd went crazy when Momo did her dance break on More and More too.
Yeah.
Oh, she killed that.
Killed it.
And then the way when they had to talk afterwards, they're like, oh,
They said
this choreography
one
is
of the
hard.
Just the hardest
Ooh.
ones.
And I think that's why I love the performance so much, because I was just like, not only I love the song so much, but just seeing it and just they was just worked in stage, man. Like,
Yeah.
good gosh. So I know I mentioned 4 songs, but hey, that's just that's all I can take out.
Yeah, for me, if I just had to pick one, I'm gonna go with Cry with Me. Cry for Me.
Yeah.
Just because that's really I've seen that perform multiple times, but that was the first time I seen it performed as a non-member group. You know, with everybody there. Every time they perform that, Jung Young's not been there, so that's the first time me actually seeing it perform.
I think they
with
went
her.
crazy too.
Yeah.
When she was on. Oh yeah, that was. Oh my god.
Because normally somebody else kind of does her lines for that record, and she was actually there, and I was just like, yo, this feels so right.
Yeah.
And I love the bouncing thing that they do in the video.
Yeah.
And if I had to go with 2 more, I'd definitely go with Hello, because they straight up killed that.
Yeah.
And man, I don't even know. I'm drawing a blank on the name of the song, man. The damn song is Gio, Dion, and Push and Pull.
Oh,
Push and Pull.
Push and Pull.
Push and
that
Pull.
was
Yeah,
good.
that was.
They
yeah.
came out, they killed that. And I can't lie, man. Scientist Live is a different
Scientist
vibe.
Yeah,
True.
yeah,
It's a different
It's
vibe
a different
live.
vibe. It's a different vibe. You're
I
right.
love that song.
You're right.
It makes it move up in the ranks for you just seeing it live. You're just
Yeah.
like, yo, okay.
I want to say for me, it's mainly just seeing the hits. Alcohol Free was probably my favorite one. I just love that song,
You
man.
know what? Bro, I forgot. Like, you know, I was expecting all the other songs, but I'm just like, oh shit, I ain't heard Alcohol Free yet. So when it started, I'm like, oh yeah.
It just do something to you. I could be all G'd up, have gold chains, gold teeth. I'm still have to rock to that song, man. Like, I just love that song and seeing him perform live. I was watching for the Dirty Wine. I didn't see it. But that had to be my highlight. More and more, just like all the ones that we kind of familiar with, we seen like videos and reacted to.
They
It was
definitely
just
killed
dope.
Phil Special early on.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
but that had to be my highlight in the song I keep forgetting, the one that Dame did when we did our music
Moonlight.
videos, Moonlight.
Oh, yeah.
That joke was just hilarious to me because all I was hearing was Dave's.
Me too. Me too.
And maybe next time. You know what I'm saying? I didn't give them enough time to consume it. You know what I mean?
So
JYP probably wanted to talk to me first. Like, yo,
he might have.
are you a loony?
I think he was looking for you.
Are you crazy? You gonna attack the girls if you get on stage? No, bro, I'm cool.
They could have just panned the camera on you while you was in the crowd. You know, they could have did that.
They didn't know where I was sitting. You know what I'm
That's a
saying?
good point.
Yeah.
They didn't know where we was at.
I just feel like we seen it on so many different levels, seeing them perform these songs, but seeing it live is, to me, it's like I don't know, at the end of a chapter, but it kind of like it's like a full circle.
Cherry on top.
Yeah, cherry on top. So
Yeah, I feel you.
seeing all those different versions of that, I thought it was real cool.
Yeah, I can't wait until they come back.
You think they're gonna come back?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so, man. Looking at the clips from New York, Dion was crying. It was sad and funny because it's Dion, right? So she's gonna turn it into a joke. So she started crying because she was sick, and she was just like, I got a cold. I really didn't want to sound bad for you. I wanted to make sure I sounded good. Yeah. And Dion's like, don't worry. She's a little emotional because she's far from home and she's sick. And when you're far away from home and sick, it kind of just makes you feel a little emotional. Yeah. And Dion started crying, and she said something in Korean, and the translator was like, you know, why am I crying? Why am I like this? Mm-hmm. And Dion right after copied the translator like, why am I crying? Why am I like this? So for the rest of the time, if she couldn't remember a word, if she couldn't remember something, she'd say it in Korean. The translator would translate it, and Dion would copy the translator.
Oh, yo, that's a shot, boy.
So she was sitting there bawling. And the crowd is obviously, you know, egging her on, like, yo, nah, you killing it.
Oh, man.
And you know, it was an amazing show, man. It was great to see everybody do what they do professionally. And you know, when we were watching, even we were just looking at I Can't Stop Me, and when they walked to the middle, from the side angle we were looking at, you could see they all like took like a real deep breath before they did the dance, before they got into that last bit of choreography, because they're kind of walking slow. Everybody's walking in circles.
No, I remember we talking about when they was walking back to the stage.
No, when they were walking towards the middle, because for the end they did the last part of the choreography.
Okay,
love that.
That's
what I was saying.
Yeah, in the circle. I remember now. Okay.
So they walked down to the stage, and then you can see everybody walking, looking around. Because the only person
I didn't even pay attention to that.
I saw all that.
The only person that's singing right there is Nayeon, right? So everybody else is like, and then you see Jung Young like,
and then it's like, yo, they did that. They did that a few times where they're kind of like casually, they'll kind of walk into their formation and stuff like that, and just start killing it. I was like,
well, damn.
And I didn't see it, but we watched it on somebody else's video. But when they were doing Moonlight, Sana and Dion are over in the corner cracking jokes or doing something because they were not on task. They both looking at each other like cracking jokes and doing their own little thing over there in the corner.
I love it.
And it's just like, man, these people are really clowns, man.
I love it.
This is like I don't even know if they know the camera's on them right there. And it was like kind of like right when the bridge was about to come in, like, oh, get back on task.
Yeah.
And back into it. But yeah, man, it was an amazing show, man. Never forget that concert, yo. Mm-hmm. It was super dope. Can't wait for Twice to come back. Obviously, I do want to see other groups perform, but man, just the feeling I got from watching Twice perform live was just different.
Yes, very.
You know what I'm saying? So
did not disappoint at all.
Yeah.
Ooh.
If you were part of the Atlanta show, let us know down in the comments, like what your experience was there. And if you were able to see in another state, then let us know if there was any differences based on what we said. Like I said, I know we got to see the last waltz. So I don't know what that means.
Holding on
I
to
got
that.
to see that we didn't see.
You know.
Yeah, for sure. And because
shout out to the Wheel of Fortune.
Shout out to the Wheel.
Oh, that was hilarious. I knew it wasn't scripted because that little thing wasn't moving. I was like, look, I've seen Wheel of Fortune.
The guy didn't put the pegs on.
He didn't put the peg on correctly.
He tried to do it in the darkness. When they started performing, came to the stage, he ran up there. You saw him putting the damn pegs in.
They were like, "This has never happened before."
They were for real. We all thought it was a joke.
And I'm thinking, Brad, job gone.
Yeah, job gone.
Job go.
They didn't know. They didn't know he fixed it because they were like, "We ain't gonna spin it that hard again." Because Jung Young was like,
"Oh
I want to say, that joint really spun for like 120 seconds. No lie. It really spun for like 120 seconds.
You can see the panic in everybody's eyes too.
Yeah, you had Nyan pushing on the middle. Like, maybe this will slow it down a little bit.
It felt like it made it go faster.
Yeah, for a second it did speed up. It sped up for a second.
I was like, they gotta be trolling. But I think everybody was panicking, like, whoa, what's going on with the machine?
Yeah, they're like, don't touch it. Don't touch it. We gonna really let it go. We gonna let it go. It looks like it's slowing down, and I swear, Nyan pushed the middle, it looked like it sped up. It looked like she pushed the button to speed it up.
Oh my gosh. That was great, man. That was so good.
Because I swear, and the crazy part is everybody was literally at the edge of their seat as that thing was spitting.
Yeah.
Like, because everybody was trying to figure out, is it slowing down? Is it slowing down? It slowed down a little bit.
Slowed down a little bit, but it got faster. Yeah, man.
Let us know what experiences y'all had in y'all city that's different. And if you didn't get to see the Twice concert, man, I'm sorry. All right. I feel sorry. I wish I had enough money to give everybody enough money to go see the Twice concert. Even if you had the money, you couldn't get tickets. They were gone.
They're gone. Yeah.
It was gone in like 5 minutes, right? 1080p?
Well, hopefully they end up
like 3 minutes.
Hopefully they end up releasing like a Blu-ray or some DVD.
I think they will at a Soul Show.
You think so?
I hope they do one of the American shows though, just because
really,
I
cool.
want one of the ones with Jung Young there in the video, because I still have the Soul one, but Jung Young is not in there. She's not in it, so
I hope they do.
That'd be dope.
Even if it's like next year or something, as long as it comes.
Maybe the LA concert, right? That was the first one.
Yeah,
that sounds like the one that you would do. They did 2 in LA,
or maybe the Atlanta concert. You never know.
They say we was live.
Hey,
I
mean, and y'all want to see Last Waltz, right?
I'm just saying that would be the one to see.
Yeah, this is the one. Mm-hmm. So yeah, man, let us know how you guys felt about it, man. Thank you guys for watching, man. We love you guys. Peace.
Twice.